What are resources? Describe two different types of resources. What
Okay.
is the difference?
No, just stay with me. Okay. Do you know? For me, I like to refer to two types of resources: capital and labor. Capital and labor. So, what are the resources? Inputs, factors of production. Some of resources are available in the nature, such as oil, such as agricultural lands, such as fresh oil, if you have rivers. And other resources are built by previous generation. For example, Rashid al-Naqbi, who has a Pepsi Cola factory, this factory is built initially by his father. So his father spent his life to build this factory. So he got the factory from his father with capital goods, with machines. So capital includes machines, equipment, buildings, furniture, software and hardware technologies, all cars to serve a company. So this is capital. What are labor? Labor force. Unskilled workers, skilled workers. So labor force and skills and also knowledge. Nowadays, knowledge. So for example, Skyline University is strong in the market because of the knowledge they have. What is the knowledge? For example, when we say syllabus or DCP, syllabus, let's say description of courses, this is knowledge. How we are going to teach business student to be qualified when they graduate. This is knowledge. For example, this fast food restaurant, McDonald's. So McDonald's has knowledge how to produce delicious food, information. So knowledge is part of labor force. Don't think only about unskilled labor force. So skills with knowledge. So we answered this question. So resources are used to produce other goods and services. So Rashid al-Naqbi will use capital and land to produce output, which is Coca-Cola. Maytha, second question.
What is the difference between capital goods and consumer goods?
So who can help me? What's the difference between capital goods and consumer goods?
Doctor, the capital is like such as like the factories maybe, like the factories or like or like example, they take from the resource such as the oil field machines like that. Okay, and the consumer goods are same as the petrol after they like to sell it to the customer or the cars.
Good, good. Did you? What's your name?
Ali Hassan.
Ali Hassan. Well done, well done. So Ali Hassan mentioned a machine used to produce oil. This is an example of capital goods. And oil sold to Salim to fill in his car. This is a consumer goods. Can you give me another example? I'm asking other students. Could you give me another example about capital goods and consumer? Give me one good as capital, one good as consumer good. Mayar, Sheikha, Mira. So what are capital goods? Goods produced by a company and sold to another company, to another business, to be used to produce output. So basically machines, equipments, furnitures, cars, software and hardware technologies. So in Skyline University, we have all these. We have furniture, buildings, software technologies, such as the technology we are using right now, LMS. This is one of capital goods. Even it is soft technology. We use hard technologies, such as the laptop, the server available in the university. So we have cars, building, furniture. We have capital goods such as copy machines. And also Rashid al-Naqbi has another kinds of capital goods. Consumer goods. What are the goods producing by Skyline? Actually, we are producing educational services. But Rashid al-Naqbi producing cans of Coca-Cola. So we say consumer goods and services. It's better to expand the analysis to goods and services. So consumer goods used for final usage. Do you know there is a tricky point? There is a tricky point. For example, yes.
For like the capital goods, because
what's your name first?
Ali Hassan.
Ali Hassan. Yes, Ali.
Regarding to the like example, company has trucks or something. So like it is a capital goods or consumer, like for the transporting items or deliveries like that.
Okay, so you are talking. Let's say Ali Hassan has a transportation company. So the main capital goods available in his company, some cars, some vehicles used to transport people and goods. So the trucks owned by this company are capital goods. The transportation services is called consumer goods and services. So Ali Hassan has a transportation company owning some capital goods such as trucks, cars, and other such as technology, such as building, furniture, etc. All these are capital goods. What he's producing transportation services, which is part of consumer goods and services. Hopefully it's clear. Let me give you an example. Let's say Mayar has a company producing refrigerators. I'm asking whether refrigerators are capital or consumer goods. Two persons purchased this refrigerator. One of them, Salim, I purchased a refrigerator because my beautiful wife asked me to buy a new refrigerator for our villa. And another example, Baskin Robbins, a company selling ice cream, purchased a refrigerator to facilitate producing their products. So when Salim purchased the refrigerator from Mayar, is it capital or consumer goods?
It's
Supposedly consumer.
So both of you said consumer, and I do agree. When Baskin-Robbins, I think it is Baskin-Robbins, right? Is it right, Baskin-Robbins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Baskin
So
Robbins.
when Baskin-Robbins purchased the refrigerator to produce ice cream, is it capital or consumer goods?
Will be capital, but the ice cream will be consumer.
Well, what's your name?
Ali Hassan.
Ali, you are a student, Ali. Ali, you are doing so well today. Okay. So the refrigerator produced by Mayer, purchased by Baskin-Robbins, is a capital good, while the product produced by Baskin-Robbins, which is ice cream, called consumer goods. Okay. What the third question? What is economic problem? What is economic problem? Actually, if you listen to the video, because of scarcity in resources, because of scarce resources, if there is no scarce resources, if resources are available, so we can produce whatever we like. But the problem is resources are limited. For this reason, we have to answer three questions. Which goods and services to be produced, how to produce them, how to distribute them. Three questions. And we can talk about details. For me, I'm more interested how these questions are answered in a free market price, free market economy, and how is the price is a key to help us to answer these questions. So quickly and simply, if the price of a single product is so high, Waste will produce more, other competitors will enter the market and produce more. If the price is so low, such as the price for black-white TV, producer will produce less, and maybe they will produce zero. So the price will answer the question, which goods should be produced. So as the price is rewarding, promising to get a profit, the business sector or business units will produce such a product. Definitely there are other conditions. How to produce them? Should we produce tomatoes using heavy technology or heavy labor force? It depends on the prices of technology, the prices of capital goods and labor units. If capital is cheaper in the UAE and is more expensive in Egypt, Emirati will use technology, Egyptian will use more labor force, because the price will give them which technology is minimizing the cost. How to distribute them? It depends on the price of labor force, the price of resources, resources, capital, labor, land, etc. So the rewards of these resources are called income. Income may be wages, interest, profits, rent. All these sources. Assume Mira has land, she will get rent. The rent is called her income. According to the income and the prices of goods and the services, it will determine how much will be consumed by Mira according to the prices and given income. And income is also the price of resources. So I feel the price is the key to answer these three questions. And chapter 3 is a good example to talk in scientific way. شيخة
Yes.
كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله.
الله يخليكي. Could you read this question?
In black.
Yeah? Yes.
Is the UAE a command economy, a laissez-faire economy, or neither? Explain.
Okay, see here, what is the answer? The answer first, basically, it is a laissez-faire or free market economy. It is not a command economy. This is number one. But because there are some problems associated with the free market, UAE economy shifted into sort of mixed economy. So, but still, the basic title, we are following a free enterprise economy, but with sort of control, not full control. If we are full control, we will shift to command economy. So again, UAE following a free enterprise economy with sort of control. So for example, see, Salim is totally free to transfer his money, his income, his profit from UAE to his homeland, to other countries. This is a practice of free market economy. In command economy, it's controlled. How much should be transferred? And or maybe there is no free exchange rate, or it is not allowed to transfer money outside, to transfer hard currencies or dollars outside. So we are following free enterprise, but the government controlled somehow the country. Let's see Sheikha to read the answer.
The UAE is neither a command economy nor a laissez-faire economy. It is more accurate to describe it as a mixed economy. The UAE basically has a free market economy, but the government is a large purchaser of goods and services and also produces some goods and services as well. In addition, the UAE economy has significant amounts of government regulations of business.
Okay. Do you know, we can add more details. Since the government control and own oil resources, so the government is in a position to spend money to build infrastructure. So from just since the government spends money, a huge amount of money to develop the country, it becomes a main player in the whole in the economy. And if you see here, the government intervene to regulate medical care activities, business sector, trade, education. You are not, but I don't feel, still you are free, but you have to follow certain rules. So Skyline University is free in condition of following some academic rules set by the Ministry of Education. But we are free which programs to be offered by us, whether to expand the university, whether to transfer the profit abroad or invested in another activities. So still we are free country, free economy.
Doctor,
yes.
I have a question. Now the free zone, like what are they? Free control, or it's like usually the companies in the free zone?
You are Ali Hassan, right?
Yes.
You are doing well today. So see here, what's the difference between free zone and the rest of the economy? free zone, look at it as an isolated island from the whole UAE. So if in a free zone, investors have more freedom, less rules, less taxes. So, for example, if you have a company in free zone, first, as a government, we encouraged you to set up a business in a free zone, and we promise you we will not put on your head regulations. So in a free zone, investors have more freedom rather than internally. So in a free zone, you can purchase goods or you can manufacture goods and export them without heavy taxes. This is the idea. What's the goal from the government? To encourage foreign investors to invest money to develop the industry and technology in our country. But in a free zone, you can enjoy more freedom. Okay. So thank you, Sheikha. Mayar, are you listening to me?
Yes, دكتور معك.
Could you read this question?
حاضر. According to the idea of consumer can you
sovereignty,
what will happen in the market for black-white TV sets if consumers decide they no longer desire black-white TV sets?
Okay, so see here how to consumer sovereignty means consumers give a direction to producers what should be produced. So if consumers decided not to purchase black-white TV, in the end, the price of black-white TV gradually will decrease till will become there is no longer demand. So producers of black-white TV, they will close their factories or producing something else. But think about face mask. There is consumers decided to purchase more of face mask because of coronavirus pandemic. What will happen? The price of face mask will increase. Current producers will produce more, and the new competitors will enter into the market producing more. Later, as supply increase, the price will decrease. As the price decreases, some competitors will leave the industry till we reach sort of equilibrium. At current market price, the quantity produced equals the quantity purchased, and the market for such a product will enjoy equilibrium. So in the end, producers will produce goods according to consumer desires, not according to their desires. Let's go to another question, Mayar.
Sorry, I have another question.
Ali?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, now like regarding to consumer sovereignty, this one I don't know what they call it.
Sovereignty.
Like with salat, it cannot be, huh? Like with salat, it cannot be.
Do you know your question is good, but I need you to clarify more. So again, what do you mean? Why it's not for salat not working well?
Because like it's salat, like now it's salat, they are only like salat and do. Example, like consumer sovereignty means like the customers they can control like the items if they need it. Example, salat here, if they make price something like data package or for 50 dirham. People like this only option they have, so they cannot do like everyone gonna use it. يعني ما اعرف كيف اشرح دكتور، بس انه كل مجبور يعني ياخذ من عندهم، فما في سياده.
يا الحبيب علي اشرحت ووفيت. والشرح ممتاز جدا يا ريال. Thank you very much, Ali, for this kind of valuable discussion. Okay, what Ali Hassan said. Ali Hassan said what you explained about consumer sovereignty cannot apply perfectly on telecommunication market. It's right. Why?
دكتور
Because
بس this is because اتصالات is يعني the only company that is available currently for that particular service، أو خلينا نقول إنه هي اللي محتكرة السوق حاليا، لأنه even do when they came out اتصالات تقريبا they covered half of their shares، فstill يعني اتصالات as a company is in control of everything. فيعني I believe that's the reason why black and white the question does not apply for this particular خلينا نقول field أو this particular section عنا في خلينا نقول في البلد تحديدا الاتصالات it's controlled، فأنت ما فيك إنه تيجي تقرر إنه أنا حروح على هاي أو هديك. مثلا recently we found out that there's Virgin coming out. They also provide telecommunication services, but still الاحتكار كله عند اتصالات. I believe this is the reason why it doesn't work in this particular case.
what's your name?
Mayar.
Mayar, well done. Okay, so now let me conclude. Ali Hassan said consumer sovereignty cannot be applied perfectly in telecommunication market because the market is called oligopoly, in Arabic احتكار القلة. And Mayar offered a good answer. She explained the monopoly power by Etisalat and somehow by Do. For this reason, even there is more demand by customers, new competitors cannot enter the market because of the hard regulation by telecommunication authority. Telecommunication authority, this is part of government intervention in the economic activity. The government right now doesn't allow a third competitors to enter telecommunication market to expand the services or to develop the services. Do you know, for more details, you have to wait to chapter, I think chapter 8, oligopoly, and we will apply on consumer, on telecommunication services. And there is a case study, if you go to case studies, there is a case studies about telecommunication market, which includes Etisalat and Do. So we cannot explain today the whole story. Be patient, but hopefully the topic is interesting. I started to thank you, Ali Hassan. Thank you, Mayar. You make me happy. Okay. Mayar, next question.
What is the difference between a command economy and a laissez-faire economy?
Laissez-faire economy or free market economy. Do you know the difference is in command economy, the government totally controls the economy and make decisions to answer these three questions. But in laissez-faire economy, the infeasible hands or demand and supply powers or the markets make decisions how to solve three questions: what to produce, how, and how to distribute them. Mayar, could you read the answer?
The major difference lies in how the two types of economies answer the three basic questions. In a command economy, a central government either directly or indirectly sets output targets, incomes, and prices. In a laissez-faire economy, individual people and firms pursue their own self-interests without any central direction or regulation.
Okay, so it's similar to what I explained. Let me go to Rashid Naqbi.
Yes, sir.
Could you read the question?
What problem does a command economy face when it tries to determine what product for the economy? What produce for the economy?
See here, just for imagination, do you know, I worked in command economy when I was in Iraq during Saddam Hussein regime. We used to sit in the Ministry of Planning and doing research, and according to sort of judgment, we make decisions about how much should we produce, how to allocate our total investment into different activities. So according to central decisions, so the government will decide.
Sir, I think I remember a funny story about Iraq. Like before Saddam, they produced a tank with beds.
So again?
Before Saddam in Iraq, they produced a tank that have like beds inside it. And he came and removed it.
Why they remove it?
Because it's not convenient. Because the soldier will not be in high alert. He will just be lazy and sleeping on the bed.
Okay. Okay, so now the question, if the government make decisions to determine what to produce, maybe they will incur some mistakes. They may produce more than what it should be, or they produce less than what it should be. So it will create surplus or shortage. But in a free enterprise economy, the price will play a role to eliminate surplus or shortage if it happened. So the surplus in the end will, because the surplus, the price is flexible and can move up or down to guarantee equality between quantity demand and quantity supplied. But in command economy, the price is fixed. Do you know, I remember the story. For example, the government fixed the price for eggs. The price is so cheap. So the quantity demand is high. But we produce lower quantity. So there is a shortage in the market. And we are waiting for the government to build a new project, and it takes years. So we experience shortage of eggs, but that happened rarely in a free market. Rashid, could you read the answer?
The biggest difficulty that a command economy faces determining which goods to produce is the fact that there are no prices in the economy which signals which goods and services are more highly valued than others. As a consequence, since the discussion produced is often centralized, either too light or too little of some products are produced or too much is produced.
Okay, because the government made decision, sometimes we produce more or less, and that will create instability in the markets. This is a last question for today. I know I moved a bit fast, so thank you, Rashid. Let me come back to Uwais. Uwais, are you still with us?
Yes, sir.
So, Uwais, you are not a student.
Why not, sir?
Do you know why? Do you know why?
No, sir.
Because there is no interaction from your side. So today I can remember Rashid, Ali, Hassan, Mayar. I cannot remember your name. So I will remove your name from a list.
Sir, actually my room has been very busy today, so I didn't want to open my mic a lot.
Okay. So I'm waiting for your participation next meeting. Read the question.
Explain 3 of the shortcomings of the free enterprise system.
Okay, so do you know, for me, I still recommend free enterprise system, free market, laissez-faire system, I still recommend it. It is the best solution, but it is not totally an ideal solution because there are some problems. Because, you know, for me, I feel if we are purely following a free enterprise system, nobody will support poor people. They will stay poor. And clever people, talented people will be multimillionaires. So there are some problems. For this reason, the government in free enterprise systems decided to intervene, not fully controlled, but to fine-tune, to improve the situation, to solve some problems. Let's see which kind of problems facing in a free market. And also, we have to be honest, some of these problems occurred in the United States or in the United Arab Emirates. Always the answer.
The shortcomings of the free enterprise system are products may not always be produced at lowest cost, income may be unevenly distributed, and periods of inflation and unemployment may recur/repeat.
Okay, see here, first, we don't produce goods at their lower cost because of the monopoly. In the monopoly, they set the prices and sometimes they produce less than what it should be to gain higher prices, to get good profit. So that occurs in markets of some goods with monopoly, such as telecommunication market. And income, unfortunately, cannot be distributed among people evenly. For this reason, you see multimillionaire and poor people. And this is a problem in a free enterprise economy. But in command economy, the salaries are close to each other, from a professor to unskilled workers. Their salaries are close to each other. For this reason, because of there is a huge gap in the distribution of income, the government try to, in mixed system, they try to impose heavy taxes on rich people and get the money and support poor people to just modify or to fine tune or to eliminate the gap between rich and poor. And in a free enterprise economy, we experience period of inflation. So inflation before 2008 in the United Arab Emirates increased up to 12 to 14%. We experienced sort of expansion. Banks exaggerated to give loans to finance real properties. So prices of goods and services increased. And today, because of coronavirus pandemic, the whole country enters into recession, causing unemployment. So part of our labor force lost their jobs.